Hello, and welcome to the first annual Game of the Last Year Awards 2023, a prestigious event made to honor the best games that I played last year because I didn't have time to make a list last year of the good games. So we're doing it now. You know, it's been a rough last half of the year. I'm unemployed. I've gotten fatter somehow. I was sick for a little bit. I'm sleeping in the dumpster back there. It's been a rough time. But you know what the one constant is? The video games. And now, give out some awards. Our first category are games with Kirby in it. And the nominees are Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Best game with Kirby. And the winner is. Oh shit. It's Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land is a Kirby game. It seems pretty hard to mess those up, but it has happened before. Thankfully, this one is actually really good. While I was kind of expecting a more open world and semi-open Mario Odyssey type of thing, Forgotten Land really sticks to the trend of a true Kirby experience, linear levels filled with collectibles. It does still work though. The levels are well designed, it looks good, and Waddle Dee has finally become a first-class citizen after 30 years of getting indiscriminately murdered. The limited power set is a little disappointing at first, but the ability to upgrade your powers is actually pretty cool, and they gave Kirby a gun. All in all, a pretty good Kirby game. Maybe not Superstar or Star Allies, but I liked it a lot.
Wow. What a time to be alive. By the way, I've reached out to multiple developers and none have agreed to accept their awards. If you change your mind, though, I have a special award to be presented just to you. But let's move on. Next is a game genre, or genre, if you're Alex Trebek, that is near and dear to my heart. Best fighting game of 2022. And the nominees are Multiverses, LOL, DNF Duel, Wow, Sifu, Wow, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle, and The King of Fighters 15. And the winner is The King of Fighters 15, open parentheses, I guess, close parentheses.
Listen, I'm going to preface this by saying I am not a KOF player. 15 was my first KOF game, and you know, I liked it. It's not a bad game, even if it really isn't my style. I'm more into anime fighters, fast movement, that sort of thing. Still, I enjoyed the few weeks I spent coasting on general fundamentals. I think the game doesn't look as bad as people complain about, it has a good soundtrack, and the netcode was good on my end. I will probably not return to KOF, but honestly, it's the only good fighting game that came out this year, so I gotta give it up.
Shoutouts to the oil barons that fund SNK. Also, I've just now realized that I am using green flashcards for this presentation, and that is going to fuck everything up. Way to go. Anyway, our next category. Best score. The best music in a video game in 2022. And the nominees are... Wait. You hear that? You.
It's Live Alive! Honestly, I don't remember most of the music in Live Alive, but it doesn't matter because Megalovania fucking slaps. It also helps that the game is actually fantastic. Sure, there are a few chapters that are pretty bad, and at least one that drags awfully. But there are some really good ones. One of them even made me shed a single tear, which is a pretty high mark for a video game. Anyway, what I'm saying is, Live Alive is the best RPG I've played last year.
Next up, world premiere.
Welcome back to the Rogues Gallery. Welcome back to the Rogues Gallery. Welcome back to the Rogues Gallery. That's right, it's coming back. The return of the critically acclaimed Rogues Gallery. New season. New episodes. Why do I do this to myself? I love roguelites. Get ready. That's it.
Anyway, our next award. Best game that is bad, actually. This award goes to the game I hated the most in 2022. The nominees: Sonic Frontiers, Strange Horticulture, Sleeping Face, Triangle Strategy, Vampire Survivors, and Marvel Snap. I wish I could give the award to all of these games, but there is only one winner. Let's take a look. It's Vampire Survivors.
You know, some people actually say Vampire Survivors is their game of the year. This game sucks. I've played 60 hours, I know. It's barely even a game. It requires almost nothing from the player but sitting around and watching numbers go up. It requires no skill, no finesse, almost no thought. It is a blight upon all roguelites. In the future, we will look back on all the bad things that happened to video games. QTEs, open worlds, loot boxes, and we will add Vampire Survivors to that list.
Next up, the twin of the best game that is actually bad, best game that's actually pretty good. And the nominees are Sonic Frontiers, Roller Drone, Frog Detective 3, and Stranger in Paradise Final Fantasy Origins. And the winner is Roller Drone!
Rollerdrome is sick. Imagine if you gave Tony Hawk 2 guns and had him shoot people while he did a kickflip. That's Rollerdrome. It's not an easy game, but once you get into a good rhythm and start tearing through the levels, it feels great to play. It's focused split between the gunplay and doing tricks and moving around. They've removed things like needing to balance grinds in favor of quick and smooth gameplay. It's so good, I gave it a category just so I could talk about it. I highly recommend it.
I had to actually look at my script because I forgot who the winner was last time. But this time, I don't even have the winner marked. I'm just going to make it up on the spot. Next category is, again, very special. It is Best Dog in a Video Game. Now, I am joined by some of our previous year's winners all around me, as you can see. The best dogs in video games. The nominees: Red Wolf of Radagon, Elden Ring, Fenrir, God of War, Ragnarok, A dog with a gun from Kirby and the Forgotten Land. A Shiba Inu from Ghostwire Tokyo. And some dog from Pentiment. All very good dogs. Great boys, but there can only be one winner. And you know who that is? I don't know. Let me look. I'm going to have to give it up to the dog with the gun from Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Imagine if you gave man's best friend man's greatest weapon, a gun. Well, they did. This is it. What a good dog.
Kirby going home with 2 awards so far. Big win today. Next up, the category of best 100-hour game. Best 100-hour game. The nominees are Elden Ring. That's it. And the winner is Elden Ring.
Elden Ring is a FromSoft game. It's basically Dark Souls 4. George R. Martin wrote some stuff for it, I guess. Probably the incest stuff. Either way, Miyazaki's done it again. And by it, I mean make possibly the best open world game. Maybe. Breath of the Wild still exists, but Elden Ring definitely could give it a run for its money. It's huge and dark and brutal, and it feels like there's something new around every corner, and it's got a lot of turtles. Turtles with bells on them, turtles with hats, so many turtles. Yes, I will admit, it does reuse a lot of assets, and yes, it does kind of fall apart at the end game, but I still played it so much, my hands actually hurt. I will probably never replay it again, at least not fully, but damn, it was an experience.
Wow, we've had a great show so far, but I'm afraid we're going to have to take a short break, but I can give you another world premiere.
Waddle dee, 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 waddle dee.
Oh, I didn't see that. Next up, my favorite category. Best game I did not finish. There are a lot of video games out there. I don't play a lot of them, but some of them I do, and then I don't actually finish them. I plan to at some point. What can you do? The nominees: Bayonetta 3, Pentiment, Triangle Strategy, Pokemon Scarlet / Violet, and Tunic. All games that I played at some point and did not finish. And the winner is Pentiment.
I'm currently on Act 3 of Pentiment, and I feel bad that I haven't gotten back to it. I meant to, but then I went on vacation, and I haven't been able to get back in the mood. Regardless, Pentiment is really good. It's a murder mystery 'em up, and maybe I'm really bad at it, but I feel like the fact that you have to make hard choices, and there seems to be very little concrete evidence, is pretty cool. I'm sure there's much more learned people than I that appreciate the setting as well, and hopefully someday I'll finish it. But it's the best game that I didn't.
Up next, another special category. You know, here on the Game of the Last Year Awards, we don't fuck around, all right? Jeff Keighley is a bitch, and you can tell him I said so, because I only care about awards that matter, like Best Game given birth again through the miracle of rollback netcode. Best game given birth again through the miracle of rollback netcode. The nominees: Blaze Blue, Central Fiction; Guilty Gear, Exurb; and Persona 4 Arena, Ultimax. And the winner is Blaze Blue Central Fiction.
Sorry, X-Turd fans. This is the one true game. Blaze Blue. It was pretty hard to decide between this and P4A, and they're both dead-ass games being terrorized by Mitsurus and Arakunes and all that. But damn, Blaze Blue feels good to play even after all these years. It's got the best characters, the best mechanics. It is the king of games.
Next up, Best Roguelite. As the foremost authority on roguelites, this was the best one that came out in 2022. The nominees: Cult of the Lamb, Warm Snow, Vampire Survivors, Spelunky 2, and Rogue Legacy 2. And the winner is Cult of the Lamb.
The only real complaint I have about Cult of the Lamb is that it isn't long enough. I wish I could have spent more time with it, and maybe I should have played on harder difficulty, but I was able to wrap it up pretty quickly on normal within a week or so. Other than that, it was a fun time. The base building and cult management, which I normally wouldn't go for, wasn't tedious, and the combat was pretty fun overall. It is a good roguelite.
Our next award: Best Multiplayer Game. Not counting fighting games. Best Multiplayer Game. The nominees: Marvel Snap, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, Windjammers 2, Overwatch 2, Elden Ring. And the winner is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge.
Wu-Tang Clan cut a track for Shredder's Revenge. I really don't need to say any more than that, but I guess I will. You know, when I was a kid, I loved Turtles in Time. That was probably my favorite game to play with my friends. If you were my friend in high school, you had to play Turtles in Time. And now, if you're my friend, you have to play Shredder's Revenge. This shit is basically the same game. It sounds good, it's got some sick tracks, it plays almost exactly like Turtles in Time, it's got a fair amount of content for what it is. I liked it a lot when I played through it with a buddy of mine. It is the best multiplayer game.
Now, I'd like to cap us off with the final world premiere for tonight. Please enjoy.
You loved Castlevania. You cried tears of joy for 30 years of Kirby. And now it's time for the next adventure. I'm talking about Samus Metroid. That's right. I'm going to play every single Metroid game, even that one nobody likes. This is the official announcement of Metroid Mondays every Tuesday on twitch.tv/pbug and maybe on YouTube. I don't know.
Welcome back. We are near the end of the show. The most prestigious of awards is about to be handed down. Game of the last year. The best game of 2022. Now remember, these are only games I have played. There may be another game I didn't get to play that is actually the game of the year, but that's not true. because I am the ultimate arbiter of taste and I know everything. And what I say is pretty much always correct. I don't think I've ever been wrong once in my life. Anyway, sometimes, actually, rarely, actually, never, people come up to me and say, Party Bug, what is the game of 2022? And I tell them, well, these are 5 games that I think are the best games of 2022. And I'm going to pick one, and that is the best game, but all these games are very good. I say all that to say that the nominees are Elden Ring, Cult of the Lamb, Live Alive, Neon White, and Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Game of the Year 2022 goes to Neon White.
You know, I've never really got speedrunning. I mean, I understand the concept and I know why people like to do it, but I've never been able to get into it myself. But Neon White, now that I can get into. It's basically speedrunning for people who don't have time for speedrunning. The controls are fluid, the level design is amazing. The fact that you can basically create your own solutions to the puzzle of how to move through the level is really cool. And everything just feels fluid and great. And even the story is not that bad. It's pretty anime, but you know what? It grew on me. Either way, I think Neon White is the best game that came out last year. And I highly recommend it.
Well, friends, we're just about done with the show. I do have, however, one more award to give out. It's for Game of the Year for this year. It's Hades 2. Hades 2 is the game of the year this year. It is the best game. There are no games that will be better than Hades 2. I don't know why Supergiant decided to make a direct sequel, but I'm okay with it. Hades 2, made by Supergiant, is the game of the year. It's got some ladies in it. There's probably going to be Medusa head. There's Apollo. Here's a trailer for it.
This is an opportunity for you to make a better future for us all. Least I can do is light your way down.
About ready to give in?
No, I was born for this.
You trifle with powers far beyond your comprehension, witch.
Okay, if I call you witch like that.
Vengeance for your family awaits you.
He is no mere titan. He is time itself, and time cannot be stopped.
Wait for me, Father. I'll be there soon.
Wow. Thank you for joining me. That's going to be it for our Game of the Last Year show. But I do want to stop and just give my gratitude to anyone who watches my YouTube stream, reads any posts I make, pretty much bothers to support me in any way. I appreciate your patronage. And it makes me happy that you have come here to hang out with me. Good night and good luck. And remember that the real video games were the friends that we made along the way.